No more prison for thieves. They will work for government until they pay what they stole. Traore speaks. In a move that has captured global attention, Burkina Faso's interim leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, has introduced a controversial new law aimed at combating theft and strengthening national development under the new legislation. Individuals convicted of theft will no longer face traditional imprisonment. Instead, they'll be required to work for the government or contribute to national development projects until the full value of their stolen goods is repaid, so they'll be working for free. I like that. Announced this week, the policy has been described by Traore as both practical and restorative, emphasizing accountability and societal benefits over punitive incarceration. Sending people to prison does not always restore what was lost or help our nation. Traore said during a public address in Ouagadougou, this law ensures that those who harm our society just must actively contribute to rebuilding it. The initiative is already being implemented in selected regions, where convicted individuals are assigned to various government projects ranging from infrastructure development to environmental conservation programs. Official reports that participants will receive basic sustenance and supervision while working to repay their debt to society. Supporters of the measure argue that the law addresses two persistent issues in Burkina Faso: prison overcrowding, yes, and slow economic progress. Our prisons are overwhelmed and rehabilitation is often minimal, explained Minister of Justice Haja Fatoumata Traore. This law creates a system where offenders can make amends while contributing meaningfully to their communities. However, the legislation has sparked debate among human rights organizations and international observers. Critics warn that forced labor, even under the guise of institutions, could raise ethical and legal concerns. It will be forced labor. If you go and steal, you already know that once they catch you, you are going to work for the government. So there is nothing like forced labor. You by yourself agree to do it. So what if you don't want to do anything forced labor? Then don't steal. It's as simple as that. Amnesty International and other advocacy groups have called for careful monitoring to ensure that the program does not violate basic human rights or exploit vulnerable population. Legal experts note that while similar restorative justice models exist globally, Burkina Faso's approach is unusually broad and would set a precedent in West Africa. This is a bold and unconventional policy, said Professor Mamadou Kabore, a legal scholar at the University of Ouagadougou. Its success will depend on transparent implementation, fair oversight, and protection of workers' rights. As the law rolls out nationwide, Burkina Faso is drawing worldwide attention, with many viewing the initiative as a test case for innovative criminal justice reform in developing countries. Observers remain divided on whether the approach will effectively reduce crime or spark unforeseen social and legal challenges. I love it says, good, but what about those they stole from? Will government pay them back before the thief will work for government? I'm sure they'll find a way around that as well. Adair says it's not different. All prisoners want to work in prison. Yes, but now that the prisons are overcrowded, so it's just better that you don't get to go to prison. You just become a community service worker immediately. Cyprian says good, but those that buy one of their kidneys should be taken to save someone's life. Benson says a good leader always think of what to do that will make his country or nation move forward. But Nigerian leaders only think on how they will steal Nigerian money only. It is well. Pastor Iman says the law is okay, but there must be option. Return all the stolen money back to the government and the people will serve it out. All must be recovered to discourage further stealing. And that's what they are trying to do. Recover everything and serve as a deterrent. Yes. Opoabo Raymond says good policy indeed. Rather than spending more on food, feeding them, hospital bills when they are sick, this idea will really reduce costs and offer the prisons renewed hope once again. Yes, and this will definitely reduce, because if you know that if I steal and they catch me, I'm going to work free of charge until all my debts are paid. Nobody will want to steal again. Muyiwa says good. Anthony says good of you. You are the best. Let them work in farm to produce more food for your country. I've been thinking and saying this for long. Imagine they implement that in Nigeria. If you steal money, whatever business, whatever hand work that you have, you are going to be recruited into that kind of job and you are going to work. Like probably the ones that can fix road, people that can fix work in electric department, people that can do all sorts of things that could make the country better. That's what you are going to be doing. It's a very good step. It controls government and ordinary citizens who think that after he or she finish serving the imprisonment terms, he comes out to enjoy the money or property. Yes, in Nigeria, there's nothing like probing of leaders unless you don't belong to the ruling party or you are from minority states. Joe Obum says, good. It's actually a very good thing. Peterson says, makes little sense. Ebeye says, nice one, bro. Katayana says, that's not a development. What of a criminal that buys their victim? If you buy your victim, they buy you now. That one is there's no argument about that one. Any criminal should be treated as a criminal, not to work for the government. Criminals need to stay inside prison and suffer for their crimes. While they are staying in prison, the government to feed them. The government to take care of them when they are sick. So if it's not a serious crime, if it's just stealing, you can work. But if you stole and also bite somebody, then I'm sure the law will be different for that one. Daniel Wabugo says, my prayer is that God will keep you till the number of days of your life. I love you. Keep on, your citizens are happy. Ate Finger says, what of someone that buys? Mine is different now. Did you hear him say buying? Please, people should not stress me. But Jay Wells, he says, wow, this is life for the common man. Nigeria are building more prisons. Zoo country. Nnamdi Kanu is the only man to describe Nigeria and its people exactly for who they are. Clement Christian says, very good development. Chimezi Anthony says, I think what you should look into to curb prison influx is to ensure the judicial system is in order. Some inmates could be there for wrong reasons. Emmanuel Kuma says, what if the person is incapacitated or disabled? How can somebody that is incapacitated be disabled? How can they go and steal? What do they want to go and steal? I don't understand. Lovely. This guy says, lovely idea. Yusuf Mohammed says, everything this guy can't do for this country safe is the cause of all this tragedy befalling him. I pray he recovers swiftly. Oh, who is that? I guess you're talking about Anthony Joshua. Conquer Queen says, this man no bold. Baba think I'm after them. Thief that one lost government go come still spend to keep them in prison. Another lost inland be that. What's this one saying? Hosford says, I love your program and the best is yet to come. Only God can keep you safe and sound, good health and happiness of your country special. Okay? This may lead to a surge in theft cases if the average rate of unemployment is very high. They prefer to steal in order to meet their needs and serve the government later in order to pay. The volume of what shall be stolen may also increase. It's a means of reducing expenses on convicted thieves though. Now you know. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.